Welcome to the last session of this HRM Part 1. We're going to learn about a very important part of your business, what you pay your employees, compensation and benefits. Let's look at what we mean by compensation. Compensation refers to pay or the exchange in monetary terms, salary, wages or tips of the work performed by the employee and is paid by the employer. Compensation is designed to attract as well as to retain talent within the company. Attractive compensation helps to improve job satisfaction among employees. Employees can be paid on a monthly, weekly, fortnightly, or even hourly basis. How do you plan your compensation? Your compensation plan is your income structure. The income structure of a company consists of 4 components: the basic salary, allowances, bonuses, and benefits. Please note, mention basic salary. The basic salary is based on the company's compensation policy, and because it is a percentage of the total income, it is not fixed. Again, remember that your compensation policy or plan should align with your overall business plan. The overall goal should be developing a compensation package that aligns with market wages and takes into consideration your company's salary budget requirement. Let's look at some of the things we have in those 4 components. Under allowances, you can have things like night allowance, overtime allowance, petrol, telephones, hazard allowance. For bonuses, you can have quality, individual performance, productivity. In terms of benefits, your benefits can vary. As an SME, be creative in the kind of benefits you offer. There are lots of benefits you can offer that will not break the bank. There are factors to consider when calculating compensation. A major one is the current job market. You need to ask yourself, are you located in an area where the role is competitive? Then you need to look at the employee value proposition. What is your company able to offer its employees? What values does your company have that will allow you to attract, retain, and engage employees? Then there will be other general considerations like the employee's title, specialized skill sets, and the level within the company. All these factors have to be considered when you are calculating your compensation plan. The main goals of having a compensation and benefit system are increasing business effectiveness, increasing competitive advantage, creating and retaining high-quality labor workforce. Your compensation and benefit system must have the function of creating and maintaining your company's competitive advantage together with retaining a strong labor force. To get started with compensating your employees, you need to establish the pay scales for each job group. What do we mean by pay scale? In simple terms, this is what shows the rates of pay for employees working at each level of the organization. As an example, you may have 4 security guards on the same job group, let's say job group 7. But each of them is on a different pay scale due to different factors, perhaps their length of service, their appraisals, or other factors. This will mean that Joe can be on job group 7, level 1, while Mary is on job group 7, level 3. Timothy can be on job group 7, but level 5. It all depends on the number of levels you have built into each job group. Also remember that your pay scales must meet your business goals. Your pay scales are part of your compensation and benefits plan, which in turn fits into your HR plan, which in turn fits into the business plan. Pay scales must meet your business goals. And remember that they are part of the compensation and benefits plan. The compensation and benefits plan, along with all the other plans like recruitment and training, they all fit into the HR plan, which in turn fits into your business plan. Pay scales should be equitable and should be based on job evaluation. It should also be based on the employee's competence, performance, and potential. Here are some benefits that a business gets when pay is based on job evaluations. The business owner will be able to respond to employees' claims and grievances. You'll be able to analyze and improve your organizational structure. You'll be able to manage your employees' core competencies and make successor plans. Let's look at what we mean by job evaluation. Job evaluations are about evaluating a position, not the person. Job evaluation is a way for organizations to measure and compare jobs. The aim is to evaluate the job and not the job holder, to enable a comparison to be made objectively. Jobs are broken down into their individual components or demands. These are called factors. Each factor is then assessed separately, and points are allocated according to the level needed for the job. Scores are then ranked for each job. The more demanding the job, the higher the points value. Combining the scores for each factor gives a single score for the job. The total points scored decide a job's place in the ranking order. Job evaluation has several uses. It helps to decide pay and provides a grade for each job. It is helpful to a small business because it helps your company manage your resources more effectively and attract the most competent employees. It ensures that pay is fair and equal. And it helps to decide which benefits are paid, such as bonuses or fuel allowance. Let's look at the job evaluation factors. These factors provide the basis for assessing and comparing the relative overall worth of different jobs. So examples are the knowledge required, communication skills, responsibility for people, the physical demands of the job, emotional demands of the job, mental skills, and initiative. Now we will learn how to set up pay scales based on job evaluation. There are 3 steps to doing this. The first step is to evaluate the job. The second one is to establish the job grades. And then the last one is setting up the steps for each job grade. Step 1. Please note that job evaluation is different from performance appraisal. Job evaluation is looking at the position, like I said earlier. So, what is the process? The first thing is to define the criteria for job evaluation. Criteria in this case, like I mentioned earlier, we're talking about the knowledge, which is the education or professional skills. The skills in this, the skills the employee has. Criteria referring to knowledge, skills, meaning interpersonal skills or their expertise, experience, what they are accountable for, their intelligence, and so on. The second thing is to rate each component of the criteria. Point ratings should be carefully selected, and you can either choose a 10-point rating or a 100-point rating. Some people even apply a 1,000-point rating. The difference between points can be great or small depending on the efforts required to attain the next level. The next step is to decide on a system of standardized points for each job. Standardized points represent the minimal requirements of a job through the job evaluation factors. Last but not the least is then for you to complete a job evaluation table. So after setting up standard points for each criteria, the knowledge, the skills, experience, accountabilities, and so on, you summarize the job evaluation. That is, writing the points scored against each factor, and then you total them all up. The second step is to establish the job grades. In establishing job grades, it is useful to consider the jobs classified in the same level, which shall be presented in a general manner. So, as an example, jobs classified in the same level can be drivers and cleaners, and you can put this in a non-admin category. You then establish job grades and their respective criteria. You have to decide how many job grades you would want your company to have and define the criteria for each grade. You then match the job grades you then match the job groups to the appropriate grades. The third step is to set up the job steps. The number of job steps in each grade is either great or small, depending on the company's decision on the complexity of their job scale. The job steps will be less at the top level because the number of managers at the higher grades will be less. Let's look at the components of a compensation and benefits budget. Your compensation and benefits budget will typically include the following: basic salary, job allowances, other allowances, health insurance, bonuses, personal income tax, and contributory pension. In addition to the compensation or the basic wage that you pay your employees, there are also benefits. Benefits can be a bargaining tool during recruitment and is good for motivating employees. It can also give your business an advantage or an edge over your competitors. Benefits refer to the exchange in value to the employees as part of their packages for the work that has been performed, In other words, benefits do not involve money, but are presented in form of value. Examples of benefits include meals allowance, transportation, loans, annual leave, recovery leave, mobile phone fees, association, that is for professional association fees, savings account, company profits, health insurance, and so on. As a small business owner, you need to be creative and offer benefits that will not hurt your bottom line. So you can think of things like maybe recharge cards, having an Employee of the Month awards, or you can even subscribe your company to an NGO that provides free telephone counseling on mental health issues. Again, in doing your employee awards, if punctuality is an issue in your business, you can then tie this to a reward. You can tie it to an award, to a benefit. So as a small business owner, there are lots of ways that you can be creative and innovative in having benefits that will motivate your employees without breaking the bank or hurting your bottom line. We have now come to the end of this session. Thank you.